People act like aim assist is this evil force that single-handedly ruined Call of Duty.
No one compares to me.
But the truth is, I think a lot of people have things twisted when it comes to aim assist. And by the end of the video, I'm gonna make sure everybody realizes that it's not really about aim assist at all. Every year we see somebody posting a crazy clip and somebody replies, aim assist is OP, or whatever the case. And then somebody else responds, skill issue. It's kind of like COD's version of Groundhog Day, but this whole argument ignores something deeper. I went really in depth with this in my last video, but the entire input ecosystem isn't equal. And I don't mean aim assist versus no aim assist. I mean everything from your controller to your cable to your monitor input, everything of that nature. And a few people seem to think that in my last video, it was really a console versus PC debate. That was not the case whatsoever. When I was talking about latency, I didn't even mention PlayStation or Xbox at all. And that's because they have significantly more latency, period. So I didn't think that it was even worth mentioning. When I was talking about the overclock controllers and all that, I was talking about PC, because you can't even overclock a controller on console. But ultimately, latency is the real meta. A controller on console doesn't perform nearly the same as a controller on PC. Even though it's the same piece of hardware, PC versions process inputs way faster, renders frames quicker, and output through lower latency display connections. That's why controller on PC feels different. It's not magic, it's literally milliseconds. And in competitive shooters, milliseconds are literally everything. So I'm gonna show you guys a clip here in a second. But I want to say this, aim assist isn't a win button. It's a balancing tool if you ask me. And again, I've said it already, I don't care about the aim assist adjustments regardless, but aim assist isn't what's OP. If it were as overpowered as some people claim, every controller player would be top 250. And we both know that's not the case. So some of you may or may not have seen this clip. It's kind of been doing rounds on the internet, TikTok, Twitter, whatever the case is. But I seriously want you guys to take a peek at this right here. Now, if you're on this channel, there is a good chance that you know Colt Havoc, notable name in the Call of Duty community. And I would say he's one of the main guys in the top 250 that are actually legit. So pay attention to this here. Keyboard and mouse, folks, I have mad love with you guys. I play with plenty of them, but what you're gonna see here is gonna be straight up cheating. And the next thing you're gonna see is gonna be straight up aim assist.
Pure aim assist right now. Now, if I go to John, this is John's aim assist. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God. What the fuck? No, these people on console are legitimately fucking cheating, chat. Holy shit. I didn't know it was this bad. I swear to God, guys. I did not know it was this bad.
I'm so glad you're finding out, because I've been stressing about this for so long.
Look at this aim assist that he gets.
Yep.
Look at the aim assist that he's getting with the Zim.
And another thing I want to mention is look at the comment section here. I thought it was pretty funny because this was my first thought. The comment up top, POV, how PC players describe console players. Or I would just say controller in general. And the comment underneath that, this is what some people actually believe aim assist is like. That's straight up cheating. A Cronus Zen, aimbot, aim lock, whatever the case is, that's not aim assist, guys. Trust me. And yes, the last comment, my aim assist does not do that. And the good thing is, with the adjustments that developers are making in Black Ops 7 to the aim assist, I think it's going to be a lot easier to tell if somebody is straight up cheating or not. Unfortunately, when it comes to the anti-cheat system, I don't see it being that efficient with trying to detect Cronuses. So I do think that is going to be another one of those situations where we have to report somebody if we see that they're sus. And I could be wrong. Maybe they'll get it together and actually be able to detect if you are using a Cronus. I have heard of situations where they will be able to detect it if it is plugged in, but ultimately that is something we're going to have to see when the game drops. And the thing is, mouse and keyboard and controller players both have their pros and cons. Mouse and keyboard reward precision, instant reaction, and fine motor control. Controller rewards prediction, tracking discipline, and movement synchronization. And a lot of the times you're not fighting aim assist, you're fighting physics. But here's the part that nobody likes to admit. Adaptation beats input. When you strip all the noise away, the players that climb and win consistently aren't doing it because of input. They're doing it because they adapt faster. They understand how their system feels, how they build muscle memory around it, everything of that nature. That's why when controller players switch to PC, they instantly feel smoother. Not because of skill, but because their latency floor just drops. Meanwhile, top keyboard and mouse players aren't losing fights because of aim assist. They're losing fights because they don't account for movement sync and visual recoil the same way controller players do. And if you ask me, a lot of people kind of just complain on external factors most of the time, completely disregarding what they are doing themselves. We got to start being a little more self-aware here, guys. Sometimes you got to admit it, you just got outplayed. I know it's hard, trust me. It's so easy to say, oh, that person's on mouse and keys. Oh, that person's on controller. Oh, that person's cheating when they clearly aren't. Take a step back and really think about why you lost that fight, or maybe why you're not where you want to be in the game ranked wise. And ultimately, you can watch all the settings videos you want. You can watch all the pros you want. You can watch all the CDL matches you want. At the end of the day, that's not making you a better player. That's like me saying, I go and watch my favorite bands play every weekend, and now I'm really good at playing music. Absolutely not. I have to put in the work to actually improve myself, and not just brainlessly putting in work either. Putting in work with purpose, putting in work where nobody is looking. And this goes for everybody. Keyboard and mouse players, controller players, hell, you can even be freaking playing the game with the gamepad with your feet. Because honestly, the meta in Call of Duty isn't your controller, your DPI, it's your ability to stay composed and keep yourself under control. That's what separates good players from everybody else crying on Reddit. And the wildest part, Treyarch knows this. That's why their latest dev talks was all about balancing the experience, not just the input. They're trying to make the game feel fair, not be fair, because true fairness is impossible when everyone's hardware is different. You could give both players the same exact setup, and one of them would still blame the Ethernet cable or their settings or some shit like that. Honestly, staying calm, composed, and locked in under all that noise is half the battle. That's why I use advanced gaming supplements, because the ones who rise after a nerf aren't the loudest, they're the most composed. If you want to stay sharp when everybody else is losing their minds over balancing changes, click the second link down in the description, and just know, I am super big on composure. Other supplements like G Fuel make me jittery. They send my heart rate through the roof, and advanced gaming supplements does not do any of that. Code NERVS 10 for 10% off anything you want to cop from the advanced gaming supplement store. So the next time somebody screams aim assist is OP, just remember latency, frame rates, cables, and in my opinion, most of all, composure. I said it in my last video. My buddy was playing on PS5 at 60 frames, and people were accusing him of cheating. And he is just one of the smoothest guys I've ever met. Super laid back, super relaxed, and that translates into his gameplay. He's gonna be composed, and I can't stress this enough. Composure matters more than damn near anything else here. You can't control the matchmaking algorithm, you can't control what your enemies are using, but you can control your consistency. And when that next update or the next patch hit again, and the debates start all over again, you'll already know what's happening. And I know I mentioned my last video at least 3 times in this video, so just go ahead and check that out. I'll see you over there.